Alright, welcome back to another Division video. This build is an exotic PvP build. I'm going to go ahead and explain the weapons, explain the gear, the mods, all that good stuff. As you can see for the number, DPS 478, which is high as shit, obviously, but that's only with 7339 firearms, which allows us to get our 4790 we need for responsive. So that ends up with 359 toughness and 120 skill power. Need the extra skill power, extra healing. The more health you have, the more skill power you're gonna need to heal that health. Pretty sure we all understand that concept. So we are using a refresh mask and a specialized backpack plus the extra 10% from the Barretts, so that we do use our skill, we're healing more and we're not just healing like half a segment. That ain't gonna do us no good. So like I said, we're gonna go over the gear, go over the mods, go over the weapons. This build was probably, I wanna say, the best build you can have in The Last Stand. I'm gonna go out that far and kind of say that. Reason being is you can see the DPS is high as shit. You can see the toughness is pretty high. Also, just to get it out the way, the reason I'm saying this is PvP, it'll work perfectly fine in PvE, but the reason I'm saying PvP is just more close encounters, so it makes the FAMAS or the Bullfrog more useful. So we do have EDR, exotic damage resilience, on the chest piece and the mask, and we do have burn resistance on the mask, the knee pads, and the backpack because of Seeker Mines. So when I'm saying this is the best build to go in, it's actually designed to survive and deal damage. And so far, this is my favorite build. I have tons of builds. I have 5 characters. Yes, I have 5, not just 4. I'm actually an overachiever and I actually have 1 character on the PS4 because of the Pro and 4K and yada yada yada. So 478 DPS, 359 toughness, 120 skill power. Let's get into this build, go over everything, and you can kind of be the judge for yourself. We are actually gonna start with the weapons first. As you can see, I'm using the Colonel Bliss holster. They did the rework on Nimble, so I don't think it's as useful as it was. PvE, I think it'll work great, but in PvP, it's not going to be a good choice. Just because, if you're running to heal yourself, hopefully nobody's around. But if somebody's around, they're gonna shoot you in the ass anyway. But I've been talking long enough. But let's get into this Bullfrog. So we have our damage. As you can see, we have the RPM, 20% enemy armor damage, 66 in the mag. We're using responsive and unforgiving. Responsive obviously gives us another 10%, which is really useful in the close encounters you'll have in Last Stand. So that gives us 10% more damage against that target. Unforgiving is a great talent, obviously, and the reason we're using Unforgiving is because it's a great talent. That's the obvious thing. But also, with higher toughness, you're able to hang in a segment longer. So it's going to take more damage to get you out of that segment. So the first segment, you're doing your 478. You lose a segment, you do an extra 10%. You lose 2, you do an extra 25. So that extra 25 is going to, knock you through the roof. And then the Bullfrog exotic talent is uncomplicated. Damage increased by 15%. Accuracy and stability mods reduce this bonus. Some people run I was about to say FAMAS again. Damn. Some people run a Bullfrog, but they run it with 2 pieces of striker for the extra stability, which to my knowledge does not interfere with the uncomplicated bonus because the stability mods. But real quick, we'll go ahead and go over what we're using, our mods we're using on it. Magazine 120, magazine size, crit chance, rate of fire. I think any magazine that you're using should be set up just like that. Crit chance, rate of fire, that's best in slots right there. For our VX1 scope, we have headshot damage, stability, and crit chance. Of course, I could not. Well, I think I'm almost sure you have to put stability, but I'm so used to putting stability on the scope I mean, even if I'm using the LVOA or the lightweight M4, I still put stability on the scope and crit chance. That's just my personal preference. Um, Muzzle Omega rifle suppressor. Usually I put stability here, but I chose not to. Um, I chose not to. And I just did crit chance and crit damage just so I got more out of the uncomplicated talent. And then we have the small grip, crit damage, reload speed definitely, and then instead of stability, I have accuracy. But normally you can just put stability there instead. And then we have our little rogue skin because I like the rogue skin, and yeah. All right, for our secondary, we're using the classic M44 carbine, high headshot damage, high damage. And then we have brutal, deadly, and we actually have discipline. This does a lot of damage the way I use this build, even in PvE. Does a lot of damage, so you actually kill a lot of targets. So having a guaranteed critical hit with so much crit damage stacked on top of this, along with deadly, you're just doing a lot of damage. The mods on this, as you can see, headshot damage, stability, accuracy. Yeah, and then we have our Omega rifle suppressor right there. And yeah, that's nice, but that's just there just in case we're doing the PvE. PvP, we don't use that. We stay with the bullfrog, and yeah, the shit's extremely strong. And then we got our sidearm, but who cares about the damn sidearm? We got the damn sidearm. There you go. We got the sidearm. We do have the toxic on there. Obviously, that could be harmful, but we got it. It's there. I'm showing it just because it's there, but yeah. Now to the gear. Then I'll kind of explain how all this works together. Like I said, once again, burn resistance on the mask, the knee pads, and the backpack. EDR on the chest piece and the mask because of Seeker Mines. So when you have so much damage, why did just... Okay, I thought something was messed up. When you know, Seeker Mines, you got these one-shot Seeker Mines running around the last stand. I know Stay of the Game, they said they're gonna rework it or something like that, but until they do that, this build works great because you have high enough toughness for extra survivability, plus you actually have the EDR and the burn resistance if in case you're hit with one, and then decent enough skill power that you can heal yourself along with the mods and the refresh mask. So let's get into the gear. High armor, high stamina, EDR, health, ammo capacity. Real simple. 2 mods, both stamina, both with health, and that's the chest piece. Bear's chest piece. We all know what it does, so I'm not going to go over it. We're using a refresh mask, high firearms, EDR once again, and burn resistance. This could be tenacious. I think a tenacious mask would work great too, but the reason I'm not using a tenacious mask and I'm choosing to use a refresh mask is with so much health, you need more skill power to heal that health. I mean, everybody should understand that. You need more skill power so your heal strong enough to heal all the health you have. Yeah. Also, because like I said, it's a PvP build, so you're kind of going in, and regardless of what the other squad is wearing or what kind of builds they got, Seeker Mines are definitely in there. And if you're hit with a Seeker Mine, if you're able to go ahead and you got your EDR, you got your burn resistance, and you can heal yourself and get that extra 30%, you know, it'll keep you alive. So we're using that, like I said, high armor, high firearms, EDR, burn resistance, another stamina mod with health. And we're going to our knee pads, short bow knee pads, high armor, high firearms, health, disrupt, burn, blind, burn, obviously. Some people in there shooting, I don't know, stickies, EMP, flash, they're shooting everything. So disrupt and blind, they come in handy. You could easily do disrupt, burn, bleed, or burn, bleed, shock, whatever you choose to do. I'm choosing to do it this way. But like I said, you can either do it whatever kind of way you want. We all know what the short bow knee pads do. And we have another stamina mod with health. And then we have our 6% first aid self-heal. We're gonna do our holster last, as you can see, Colonel Bliss holster. I'm gonna go over that, but I wanna actually demonstrate it, so I'm gonna actually do it last. Backpack, we have a specialized backpack, pretty high armor, high rolling firearms, We have health, burn resistance, and then we have a firearms mod with health, and then 2 first aid self-heal mods, performance mods. On to the gloves. Go MC Skull gloves. Obviously, the armor could be a little bit higher, obviously. But high rolling firearms, crit chance, crit damage, and assault rifle damage, that could be higher. But yeah, nice gloves. They get the job done. You know, except for the armor being 100 higher, which isn't going to change the toughness that much. And I think the max you can get for assault rifle damage is 1300 something. So it's only going to be a little bit more DPS added if that was higher. So right now it's pretty good. If I get some better ones, I'll swap it out though. And then last but not least, we have our Colonel Bliss holster. 958 armor, 1262 firearms, 1271 stamina, 1268 electronics. This build hits hard. Reload speed is the major attribute, along with a 6% first aid self-heal performance mod. This build hits hard and it survives. Great, amazing build. And this holster, if used properly, it actually makes the build even better. Colonel Bliss holster. Hitting a target consecutively with a sidearm increases your damage with all weapons by 2% for 20 seconds. Nice. This effect stacks until 10. Understand it stacks till 10, but hey, if you only shoot 9, what happens? 9 times 2 is 18. You get an additional 18%. So my DPS is 478. If I shoot a target 9 times, I get an additional 18% added on to that. After the 10th shot, the stack is consumed and triggers an EMP effect. So I'm going to demonstrate that. We will look at my DPS so you can kind of understand if you choose to use it. Like I said, they reworked Nimble. So Sturdy is good. It's not as good as it was in 1.5, just because we had higher armor. So that 10% that you got, it did more. But yeah, let's go ahead and demonstrate this real quick. Pull out this sidearm, and we'll go ahead and get these. Obviously, like I said, if you do 10, and that reload speed, which is nice. So we have 9. That 9 is good for 20 seconds. So we go back right now. We're at 540,000 DPS, which is obviously high as shit. 544,000 DPS. Of course, in PvP, you can't always get this, but that's the potential. You actually have the more potential from, say, if you use booster shot or different things. There's different ways to get your DPS even higher. But that's 9 stacks. So if you're using this even in PvE, those 9 stacks worked with all weapons. That's applied to all weapons. So once again, we'll go ahead and we have our 9, and it's the same way if you look at our secondary, which is the M44. So it's M44. That's not even a crit. So we're almost 600,000 without a crit. I'm trying to see if I can actually get a crit in here before. Let me look. Damn. Alright, here we go. Let me see if I can get a crit in real quick. Of course, it's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna actually have to throw a pulse on or something like that. Of course, they're not gonna let me get a crit. Man, this game's gonna be difficult. But I want to demonstrate this. I got this box on because I had switched some gear around, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw a pulse on real quick, which won't be the strongest, but hopefully it'll get the job done. Usually I will run precision. I forgot I didn't even change these. Critical save you want on precision, and then also on the move, or actually I like on the move better than one is none. So we'll put that on also. We'll take Battle Buddy off, make sure we got triage, and then we'll just leave it like this for now. We'll go back. So let's try to see if we can actually, There we go. So we're almost 800,000 on the crit. And that's just with a week, actual week pulse. So we're almost almost 800,000 on a week pulse. I've gotten as high as I've hit 1 million, but that was somebody that had a pulse like basically maxed out. Yeah. And then our precision is actually popping up too, which a lot of people don't use precision. It gives you the benefits of a base pulse, but yeah. But yeah, that's the build. Like I said, I'll show you the numbers once again. Colonel Bliss holster. We have a reload speed. It's damn near basically perfect holster, but you're not doing all 10 shots. You're gonna go ahead and just fire off the 9. Obviously, in every situation, you can't do that. But DPS 544. Toughness 359, 120. If you use a booster shot, obviously you'll get even more damage. In fact, I thought I had a booster shot on before, but we'll go ahead and switch to that just so you can actually see and get an idea of the potential. And we're gonna shoot the 9. We got our 9. We can pop our booster shot. And then if we actually look, we're at 617, 388. So, yeah. So if that was the situation under a perfect situation, just like if, a tactician's got all their shots in, that extra 30% is going to be a certain way. But obviously, your DPS can go way up from this. And then, your toughness can also go way up. But, yeah, I think it's a great build. Once again, EDR on the chest piece, EDR on the mask, burn resistance on the mask, knee pads in the backpack. Other than that, you got your Colonel Bliss for more damage. You have your MC Skull gloves, and then you have your Bullfrog. Put all those together, and you get a pretty nice build. High DPS, only 7,300 firearms, so you can put more into toughness. Survivability's through the roof, especially if you got a healer on the squad. Great build, great DPS build. Yeah. So any questions about the build, leave a comment below. I'm on Xbox and for gaming. PS4 is also and for gaming. But yeah, appreciate it. Like